You know what killed me the most was the suspense, the pretense of their indulgence. I could hear my heart race with the legs of my mind and down to the edge of my belly. The stench of the incense of impaled burnt human bodies. My common sense couldn't tell my offense, but with the face mask, I could hear even a step from 1,000 miles. And when I heard that step, I knew my time has finally come. I never swung a sword, but here am I, about to die the death of a sword. I had Christ, but here am I in crisis. The words they said to me when they got close was, a young lad, your time is up. You look so good for a sacrifice and you will fetch a good price. When I heard this, I don't know how, but a holy anger rose in me. And I replied, Christ was my sacrifice, so I wouldn't have to be a sacrifice. He paid the price, so I wouldn't have to pay the price, but that I may obtain the prize. Thunder descended on my face, and I saw lightning in my eyes. It was the hand of my abductor. Silence, you brat. Your God can't save you from me. But who says I need saving when I've been saved and secured in the beloved? Sanctified by the blood and purified with the blood. Jesus is my bloodline, therefore my blood can't be spilled. My abductor got so furious. What a nerve. What a nerve. What effrontery. I will cut off your head at the count of 5. Then I will know which Jesus will save you from me. You know, when he said this, my heart nearly plunged into my belly. But then I remembered that 5 stands for grace. So I chose not to disgrace that grace by gazing like a sheep led to be slaughtered. Though my hands were tied up in the physical, it couldn't stop me from yadaing the Lord. I began to stoop my feet on the ground to zamar the Lord. I knew it was my final moment in this mortal land, so I chose to make it count. I raised the song to judge Jehovah, not for him to save me, but for him to know that I used the mouth he gave me wisely, even in the last moment of my life's voyage. So I began to Tehillah in songs. Yada Shabak Barak Toda Tehillah Zamala. When I sang the song, my abductor got so furious. He tried to shut my mouth that I may stop to Tehillah the Lord. But then I even baraked and began to Tehillah louder. Yada Shabak Barak Toda Tehillah Zamala. He was so furious. He tried to shut my mouth. But then I began to zamar the Lord. And then I began to hum the song. Now he was so angry. He was getting so confused. He tried to stop me. But then I began to tongue the song and to tongue the song in tongues. Shande Jayanandosh Ekenindosh Jananandosh Endish. When I tongued the song, his tongue cleaved to the rooftop of his mouth and he lost his speech. He lost the ability to speak the language of spite when I speak the language of might. I I don't know how, but a kind of strength that I've never seen before came upon me. And for the first time, I could see the face behind the torment. My abductor marched at me like Hell's Gate to cut off my head once and for all. But then I began to halal. I began to halal the song. He marched like Hell's Gate, but then I began to halal. The more I halal, the more he marched on. I added my praise song to my halal, and I began to sing. I began to sing loud. Yada Shabak Barak Todati Laza Mahala. He was so close to me now. He lifted up his voice. He lifted up his hands. But his sword fell from his hands. He fell with his knees. And for the very first time, after he went mute, he spake. But this time he didn't just speak. He screamed, "Lead me to your Jesus. Lead me to your Jesus. Tell him to take me and use me as he pleases. Because today I've seen a deity greater than any deity that I've ever seen. I've seen a power greater than any power that I've ever seen." For the first time, I saw a strong man weep like a child. And I knew indeed that there is no stronghold that praise can't break. I knew indeed that there is no stony heart that the power of praise can't melt. Brothers and sisters, I came here as a victim, but I'm living as a victor. I came here as a captive, but I'm living as a captain. I led my abductor to Jesus, and he said the sinner's prayer. Indeed, praise is a weapon, and Jesus is still in the business of saving even the most vile man. Praise is a weapon, people of God. I battle with Shadrach and I war with Tehillah. I battle with Barak and I war with Todah. I battle with Zamar and I war with Barak. And above all, I win with halal. I win with halal. And this was the song that I sang as I left with my abductor. Yada Shabak Barak Toda Tehillah Zama Allah.